It is okay to be unhappy at your work and to complain, but it's not okay to do nothing about it. If you only complain without any action, then it just becomes a habit over the time, rather than being a solution. And today, we'll be talking about why you should have side projects. Let's start. A given company exists because they develop solutions for certain problems. And it is very likely that a given company will not be the only company developing solutions for that given problem. And this creates a situation where the companies need to develop their solutions, where these solutions are going to be either cheaper, faster, or better than the solutions of the competitors. Competition is good, both in the market and also within the company. But developing solutions that's going to be faster and cheaper is not easy. If it was the easy thing, then everyone that you see around will go and start a company. And this competition obviously creates some kind of frustration over the time. It is very likely that you're going to have efficiency problems at your company. Maybe you're going to think that the appreciation is the problem. You don't really get the appreciation for the work that you deliver. There are maybe lots of internal politics that you are not comfortable about. There's maybe some kind of lack of cooperation within the company. Some people would like to hold information for themselves to secure their positions within the company. Or maybe there are lots of paper movers at the company where you're working. And those people who just go around and talk and do not deliver anything viable. You know who I am talking about, right? But the points that I've just mentioned are not supposed to be the only ones that's going to create the frustration that I've mentioned before. Let's say you're working as a software developer at the company, and you have your own opinions about product market fit, the design, the development, how you're going to test the product, and many other things. You may have your wise ideas, but it's not certain that the company will be developing your ideas. There will surely be other people who are going to stand for their own opinions. And you will maybe think that those are such people who are not really delivering any value to the company, and you still do whatever they tell you to do. You know what? That is the nature of the companies. There will always be some people who are going to decide for what's going to be done within the company. And it is very likely that you will think that those people are not really delivering any value to the company. With other words, those paper movers do not belong to the group of people who deliver real value. Since this is not something that you'll be able to solve by yourself, there's only one option that is left in the list. You should go and develop your own solutions. And that is actually the main reason of why you should be developing side projects. I know developing side projects is not easy. Instead of watching TV in the evening, you should sit down and develop your own side project. In the weekend, instead of going to the cinema or watching films or doing other activities, you need to share a certain amount of time for developing your side project. But this is the only way of testing if you really have viable ideas about how a product should be designed. And maybe which kind of marketing strategies should be used. What about the UX design? What about the user interface design? How a product should be tested? Which programming languages should be used? Which kind of database solutions should be used? It will be in all your hands. And it will be a real test. If you think that things are not going fast enough in your side project, there will only be one person who's going to be responsible, and that's going to be you. If you later recognize that there are lots of bugs in your product, there's going to be only one person who's going to be responsible, and it's going to be you. If your product doesn't make any money, there's going to be only one person who's going to be responsible, and you know who that person is going to be. If your product doesn't make any money at the end of the day, now you know which person is going to be the responsible one. Right? As mentioned, it is okay to be unhappy at your work and to complain, but you should do something about it. You might belong to this minority group of people who are absolutely happy with everything that's happening at their works. I really admire those people, and there's actually nothing wrong about it either, actually. But if you are more ambitious than this, but if you have your own strong ideas about how a product should be designed and developed and tested, which marketing strategies should be used, and which kind of product would have the perfect product market fit, then you should go and develop your own side project. And that's the only way of testing if you have viable opinions about product development or not. This is how I think about it. I hope I could convince you to start developing your side projects today. Thanks for listening and see you next time.